Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the newest cover model for GQ magazine, Dr. Yukon Suck It. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yukon Suck It. So today I was looking over at Magic GG. I was looking at the premium mythic list for, was it July 4th? And I ran across this deck and I thought, hey, that looks pretty cool. At first I thought, hey, it's a nice Boros deck. I haven't played a Boros deck in a while. And it doesn't look like the traditional Boros deck with all the weenies and the aggro right now. I'm going to play it. Then after I started playing it, I realized, no, this thing is MARDU. I just had no idea. There we go. We got Lolth, we got Sorin, we got Ob Nixilis. Those are all the black that's in there as well. So so MARDU means that it is playing the colors of white, red, and black. Super Friends means that you got a truckload of Planeswalkers in there, and that more than likely you're planning on having like 4 of them or more standing around in the corner, pretty much trading off, doing things throughout the game. And in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Planeswalkers. So this is at the low-end Super Friends, but I don't know what else to call it otherwise, right? They didn't have a name for it. It's just an unnamed deck out there. Then I could pick MARDU, but yeah, Super Friends is the way it is. So anyways, let's take a look at the cards that are in this deck, and then we'll take it out and see how well it does. At the low end is a card I have actually never seen before. I go through the lists, I take a look at the cards. It could just be because this thing is a common and it's a low-end card, and it only triggers one time. I just promptly forgot about it. But there you go, it's Raffine's Informant. You get a 2/1 for 2. And then as it enters the battlefield, it connives, which means you get to draw a card, pick something to throw away, and it could potentially be a 3/2, which means on turn 2, you'll have a 3/2, which means you're attacking for 3 points of damage on turn 3. Or you could, right? Not bad, not bad. I just think this is just crap, but whatever. It's a card, it gets out there, it does something, and that 3 points of damage is something that they have to worry about. We got the Spirited Companion. I personally hate this card. I think it's a dumb card. You know, you're paying 2 for a 1/1, and all you get out of the deal is to draw a card. Now, I think the main reason why these 2 cards and the third one are in here are because of this one right here. So we'll get around to the interaction when we get over here to the Kiki Jiki. Number 3, Riveteers Requisitioner. So look at that dude. He's got all the gold right there. He's running away. Anyway, so he's a 3/1 for 2. So, you get a 3/1. It's red. You get that extra point of damage. And when he dies, you create a treasure token. You have the ability to blitz with him for 3, in which case he comes out with haste. And at the end of the turn, he dies. You have to sacrifice him, but you get to draw a card. So there's a little bit of card action to it. You get to maybe Trixie out a little bit by coming in when they're not expecting it, but it's a one-shot deal. We got Riveteers, God of the Worthy. As itself, you put it out as a creature, it costs you 3 mana. It becomes a 2/3 with Flying and Vigilance. Not bad. It's not an angel, though. That's one thing I don't like, because there's a lot of good angel interactions that could be nice with it. Nope. Riveteers is a god. It says, Snowland, your opponent control, enter the battlefield tapped. Non-creature spells your opponent's cast with a mana value of 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast. That's much more significant. Thing is, though, I would never choose to play Riveteers. I would always save up that extra mana and put out the Protector Shield. That is way better card. Legendary artifact. If a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, you prevent 1 of that damage. You don't think, big deal, right? That is such a big deal. It means that like all of their creatures that do 1 point of damage do 0 points of damage. So all those tokens are suddenly completely useless. Whenever you or another permanent you control become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. So essentially, it gives you and all your permanents ward 1. And that is fantastic, right? So I'm a big fan of the Protector Shield. We got the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, aka Reflection of the Kiki Jiki. So the first thing that happens, it gets out, you create a 2/2 red Goblin Shaman token, and whenever it attacks, you create a treasure token. So that gets you a little bit of mana advantage there. Turn 2, you get to discard up to 2 cards. If you do, you draw that many cards. So it lets you trade out some of the crap you might have in your hand for something that may be better. And lastly, you get yourself a 2/2 Kiki Jiki. And then it does not have haste, so that means you have to wait till the next turn. So you're up to at least the 4th turn at this point, where you can pay 1 and tap it to create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except that it has haste and you have to sacrifice it at the beginning of your next step, or your next end step, right? Now, this is where the first 3 come into play, because if you have the Kiki Jiki and you're copying something, you could copy Raffine's Informant, which, when that means it comes into play, you connive, which means you're going to draw a card. So you have to throw something away still, but at least you get to trade out something in your hand for potentially something better. And you'll get potentially a 3 rather than 2 to attack with. If you were to basically create another Spirited Companion, it's stupid, but at least you'll get another card draw. If you were to create a copy of this guy, when he dies, you'll get a token. So there's advantages for copying these 3 dudes. The other person you can copy would be maybe some spiders or a samurai or a vampire or a devil, or even you could copy Riveteers. I'm not exactly sure why, but he's not going to get you anything by coming into the play, right? It makes it that much harder for people to cast non-creature spells, I suppose. But Goldspan Dragon, who you really want to aim for, and we'll get to Goldspan in a little while. I mean, you should know who Goldspan is by this point. He's played in like every 3rd deck, Goldspan Dragon, right? We got Ob Nixilis, the first for our Planeswalkers. This guy is actually a 3-mana Planeswalker, which is really kind of rare. I always thought, they say, well, you can kill any Planeswalker with a mana value of 3 or less. Like, when is that going to happen? Well, there you go, Ob Nixilis. This guy is cheap. And so he's got Casualty X. And so the point of that is that when you put him into play, you can choose to sacrifice one of your other creatures, at which point you'll put a copy of an Nixilis into play as well, and its loyalty will be equal to the power of the creature that you killed. So you can kill, like the Riveteers would be a great one to kill, because that way you get a treasure token as well as a 3 loyalty copy of a Nixilis. At which point then you got +1. Each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. So a lot of times you'll use the casualty, you put out 2 of them. With the weak one, you put out you do the discard, but with the one that's more expensive, that has more loyalty on it, you do the next ability, which is you create a 1/1 red devil token creature with its extras. All the devils generally have. When it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. So they're great little landmines is what they are. But even more so, they help out Ob Nixilis. You got the -7 abilities, where target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. It's up to you how you use it. Use it on yourself. Can you afford the 7 life? Hard to say. Use it against your opponent. Hopefully it'll kill them. Right? Otherwise, you're giving them 7 cards. Yikes. We got the Wandering Emperor. This is your removal. This is your whole removal for the deck right here. So it'll cost you 4. You can flash it out and use the exile target tap creature. You gain 4 life for -2. If you're lucky, you could create the Samurai token with Vigilance, who will block and kill something potentially. But hopefully, the thing is you have to be being attacked by something that is got a toughness of 2 or less, right? For +1, you get to put a +1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains 1st strike until the end of the turn. That's the deal with Wandering Emperor. It's just, it's the trixiest card you probably got in here. We got Sorin the Mirthless. I wish they had decent art for this thing, because I can't stand looking at his sourpuss. Cost you 4. He's got 4 for his loyalty. +1 to look at the top card of your library, and you can choose to reveal it and put it into your hand. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value. Yikes, I hate that personally. That's the only way you can pump this dude up, is by playing that ability. I mean, I guess you could choose, I am not going to reveal it, and you're sitting there just spinning your wheels, +1 on them with doing nothing. But a lot of times, if it's a land, it's a good way of drawing one, right? Now it'll cost you 0. -2, you create a 2/3 black vampire creature token, so therefore a Blackula. It has flying and lifelink. Not too bad. And then -7, Sorin the Mirthless deals 13 points of damage to any target. You gain 13 life. I would love to do that. I can't say I've ever seen that happen, though. But I would love to see that happen. Getting up to -7 is hard. Maybe if you had a was like a Voron collects out or something that doubles the amount of tokens that you generate at a time, right? Because it would come out, it would be, yeah, 8 straight off the bat. You'd be able to do -7 straight up. All right, we got Lolth, the Spider Queen. She costs you 5 and she's got 4. When you put her out, most likely you're going to play the -3, which creates 2/1 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach, because those guys are awesome blockers and they're awesome attackers too. And if they die, then it activates her ability, which is whenever a creature you control dies, put a loyalty counter on Lolth Spider Queen, which is the only way that she increases in power. Because she doesn't have a +1, she's only got a 0, where you draw a card and you lose a life, which to me, way better than Sorin's ability. -8, you get an emblem that says whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by one or more creatures, if that player lost less than 8 life this turn, they lose life equal to the difference. So as long as you can get 1 point of damage to them by one or more of your creatures, they'll lose at least 8 life each turn. Lolth's mostly about pumping out the spider babies. We got the Goldspan Dragon doing what Goldspan Dragons do best. You pay 5, but you got a 4/4 with haste and flying. Usually they can't hold up to that. It just comes out and suddenly they're getting hit for 4. Plus, when they come into play, you get a treasure token. And when you attack, you get a treasure token. So that's 2 on the first turn it's out, right? And each of those, every treasure token you have is now worth 2 mana of any one color. So Goldspan Dragons are, I hate to say it, broken, but they are full of incredible power there. We got 4 of them in here. This is really the guy you're going to get out and do damage with. Everybody else is just making life miserable for everybody else, right? That's it for your regular cards. But for lands, we got a single Kamigawa White, which deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Kamigawa Black, which allows you to mill 3 and then return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. So that'll do some reanimation for you. You don't even have to mill it. If they're in there, they get killed, you can use it to bring it back. You will be milling also, and if you just have it in there regardless, you'll be able to fetch it out. If you have legendaries, which all of your planeswalkers are, it'll cost you 1 less. So for each of those you got, this could only cost you 1 black mana to do it. We got the red Kamigawa land, which puts out 2 1/1 hasty spirit tokens. Big deal. I don't know. Out of all of them, this seems like the stupidest, but whatevs. We got some fast dual lands. We got some semi-fast dual lands, more fast dual lands, semi-fast dual lands, fast dual lands, and semi-fast dual lands. So all together, your land situation is pretty good. No basics, though. So if anybody forced you to destroy a card and then go get a basic card, you're getting nothing because there are no basic lands in here. So that's the deck. Let's take it out and see how well it does. And we'll see. We're playing with 2 mana. 2. Let's see what we can do. There's a whole lot of 2s in there. Slow. Get ourselves another mana. That'd be kind of nice. And we don't have one. We're getting Lolths like crazy, though. Mana, 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 mana. There we go. Alright, so we got 3 mana, which isn't going to get us into pretty much anything except for the Riveteers there. That guy's got 4. Can I Sorin up? Nope, I don't have enough black there. I could just chill out with the Wandering Emperor. We are done. I don't know what, I mean, they're just going super life gain here. They're going to get out like the Spirit of Whateversville or whatever. And I guess that's the Wandering Emperor's there for. All right, we're going to go ahead and black up, which is going to put us into Lolth. She's going to make some spider babies. No attacks. Wandering Emperor, got to get that guy ready. All right, red and white. Got enough white. We'll take it out on red. I've got 2 extra. I can put this out without left. Yep, I do have exactly what I need. And let's go ahead and draw another card. And at that point, we are done. We're going to go ahead and let that Angel of Destiny make its stupid move. Kamelian. I realize I just skipped over the name of this person. I'm sorry, Kamelian. I forgot to mention your name. Load it up. Tap. Super Friend number 2. By the power of Grayskull. All right. Well, every one of my guys has a toughness of 1. You gonna send him over? Ooh, this is getting pretty good, actually. All right, let's start off with a little card draw action. Let's put out this card. Should we straight up go straight for the Goldspan? I think the answer is yes. That leaves us with 2 mana, which isn't going to accomplish anything. Let's go ahead and beef up Goldspan Dragon. All right, we just got to get him down from 33 at this point. Oh, I got 3 mana. I don't want to do Riveteers. Somehow I could do... How do I have 4 mana for this? I don't understand. Oh, because Goldspan's out. I got 4. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds awesome. Here you go. Auto pay! That was a nice little effect. Yeah, still, I mean, you can still, the core Celebrant can still deal 1 point of damage to any one of my guys. He doesn't like something. I think that the sound effects pretty much lost this game at this point. Everybody meow now. All right, what's going to happen? Shield counter. I was tricked. Did you trample out of the deal too? Nope. Good. That's actually pretty sweet. All right, yet another. What are we going to do, Lolth? You're going to birth some more babies is what you're going to do. And you are going to make you so much stronger. Let's Fable up. And put out Sorin. And what's Sorin going to do? We really need another creature? Yep, there we go. Winner, winner, victory dinner. And we're playing against, it's Dondum 3 again. Hey, Dondum. It's been a couple days. I got 2 mana. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. All right, we'll go for white. We got some connivers here. Today's the first day I've ever seen this card. That's kind of interesting. Go for black. We're going to throw out the connive. She's not going to get terribly big there. Who am I going to give up for this? Spirited Companion. 3-2, not bad. All right, we got 3 mana. Let's go for another connive here. Ooh, another Spirited Companion. Goes in the graveyard. All attack. Next turn, we'll be able to do the shield, which would be really nice. All right, and let's shield up. All attack. Now, he'll still be able to kill. Then we're playing against, what, mono black zombies? Or damage to target attacking creature. If I put this out, I can have double black. Yeah, I do. I can get Lolth out the next turn. Nope, that's not going to... Oh, is it because it's not damage? All right, we're going to Lolth up. Lolth. Spider babies. Protected by the power of the Force. I can tell there's a Blood on the Snow in there somewhere. Itching for 2 more mana. Thing about Blood on the Snow is it can take out all creatures or all planeswalkers. And I'm planning on playing a lot of planeswalkers. All right, there is some mana. Here comes Sorin. Sorin's going to go ahead and give us a Vampire. I'm going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and see what Lolth can provide. Another Lolth. And we'll put out our Spirited Companion. Nice. So right now, Undead Butler can do nothing to my creatures or my planeswalkers. See you later, woof woof. A lot of recursion up there, a lot of reanimation, I should say. All right, here is red. Let's see what you got for us there. Yeah, all right. And you, my friend, are putting out spiders. And here goes that. All in. There we go. Who's more valuable to me? Spiders, unfortunately. Yeah, usually. All right, here we go. And what are we going to do? We are going to pass up and just go straight for the discarding. No life gain for me. Who's willing to take it down to 8? Man, suddenly the sound effects snap back in. Lose 2 life. Lose 2 life. You can draw a card and lose a life. That'd be cool too. All right, Wandering Emperor is pretty sweet. Should probably just play. Let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough for both of them. But I will have 8, which is still not enough for both of them. All right, let's start off with this card, number 1. And discard number 2. We will go ahead and put out a Vampire. And we will draw a card. All right, so I got more than enough for Fable and a Wandering Emperor. So let's just go in for the attack. What's going to happen here? If I go in, just going to block with the Death Touch guy. And I'll lose out on that. I got the other guy, though. I mean, he has to block it. He's going to gain lane life for that too. Got to do what you got to do, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put out Fable. And with that, we are done. Who do I want to take out here? Death Touch? Nope. It's the Headless Rider. This is pretend we're going to look at all of his guys. When it dies, what's happening here? He's trying to pay extra. All right, he pays. He's got mana for it, I suppose. You gonna tap in on me, G? That's not great. Okay, destroy all planeswalkers. I guess I'll hold off my planeswalkers at the moment. I knew that was happening. That was a bad situation. Enrica's back. All right, what I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is what I need. All right, let's get the spiders going. All right, so if I attack now, he'll be able to block one of them, but he will never be able to do any damage to it. Let's send them in next. Yeah, that'll kill it. But Henrika does not. Still, I don't deal enough damage, so we'll just flip it that way. So I think he gains life out of that thing. All right, we still have enough mana to pay the Wandering Emperor. Sure, Lolth looks like a very enticing figure over there. I'd very much like you just to attack with her right now. That'd be so cool. You got the life gain. You want to do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. Auto pay. Resolve. And exile. And there we go. See you later, Don Dom. Victory! And we're playing against Drmsempai. Drmsempai. Senpai. All right, 3 mana. Wow, that's a great amount of cards. We're good to go. We are good to go. What is... Oh, that's right. The new A stuff is out. Alchemy. All right. I'd like to have one of each. That'd be nice. There's a black back there. I probably don't need that many black. Let's start off with a white. I'm thinking white, red, white. Oh, that one's a good card right there, so we're good. I'll go ahead and do red like I was thinking about. Here's our next card. What does this get us into? Ob Nixilis? Yeah, maybe. No casualties. How dare you counterspell? You know that's the devil's magic. All right, and let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice shield. They'll try to counter me again. What do you think we're playing here? Mill? I mean, I don't see any crabs. I don't know. It's looking very kind of... I mean, I guess it's just generic Izzet, really, but... There's a Goldspan. I'll be able to kill it as soon as I get my turn back. Looks like a Phyrexian baby dragon. All right, let's see. We are hard coding on white at the moment. You gonna counter it? And exile. Wonk. That's what you get for tapping stuff. Well, I'm actually have to play Riveteers as Riveteers. Non-creature spells. Your opponent casts mana value 4 or greater, costs 2 more. And we get a Spirited Companion out. You got the mana to pay for it. Pay that additional. Oh, that's right. It does 1 point of damage less. He really wants to kill it. Oh, there's the 4th Wandering Emperor. Well, you're playing Izzet Control. Just Scorched Earth won't leave anything on the battlefield. What do we got there? Storm Giant, that sucks. But Wandering Emperor should be able to take care of that. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. He could take care of it. I'll have to take a hit, though. Let's just pretend I got nothing. He has the ability to do the Storm Giant. I'm fairly certain he will. Why pass up doing 7 points of damage right now? He's not going to care. We'll have to use Wandering Emperor as a trick. Get out a Samurai or something. Yeah, you should use that on yourself. And here comes Thunderfist. Here he comes. Walking down the street, Goldspan Dragon. It's the funniest looks from everyone he meets. Hey, he's a Goldspan Dragon. People say Goldspan's around. He's too busy Goldspanning. Put anybody down. But that samurai's got to protect me. So he's going to be sitting on the bench. Yeah, okay. I guess I could have attacked with the samurai. What do I got here? I've got 8, 9, 10. And we win. See you later, Dr. Senpai. See you later. All right, so this is the Premium Mythic Mardu Super Friends deck. And it did very well. I mean, it earned its name, Premium Mythic. It was very competitive, and it did a very good job. Let's talk about why it was good. Yeah, let's take a look here. It was just good cards, I think. It's like, I mean, obviously all of these are good planeswalkers. Who's the real quarterback? Goldspan Dragon. Who's going to be gone in September? Goldspan Dragon. But who else really losing there? Losing Lolth. Keeping all these guys. That's good. Yep. Gone. Okay. So it's just Reidane, Lolth, and Goldspan Dragon going out at rotation, right? So yeah, the Goldspan Dragon, I mean, it is. I'm kind of be glad. I mean, that Goldspan's finally gone. There'll be some other card that'll take its place. But Goldspan is so fantastic. Flying haste 4/4 and creates treasure tokens, and those are now twice as effective as normal. These guys are the monkey's devil, right? So what else was great? I mean, I love Ob Nixilis. He does such a good job. I like the fact because he's a discard agent. And if they choose not to discard, they lose life. Plus, if you play with the devils, you get yourself 2 life back, right? And as long as you can keep one of them alive, it'll happen. And I'd love to have like the burn down the house in here, which we could have it. I just don't know if we could fit it in because this thing is really ramping hard on the planeswalkers, the super friends, right? Just because that way you can pump out some devils without having to pay for it. I like to keep Ob Nixilis busy with the discarding. Reidane, God of the Worthy. I'm not a big fan of Reidane. I'm a huge fan of the Protector Shield. I love what that does. The fact that it protects your guys, not only does it give them all Ward 1, but also reduces the amount of damage being dealt to them by 1. I mean, that is just such a handicap to overcome. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This card is great at copying big creatures. When you look at this deck, it can't do. There's no creatures in here worth copying except for Goldspan Dragon. Is that enough to warrant Fable of the Mirror Breaker? You know what? It is. It is. That's the deal. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could start copying a Spirited Companion, which is going to go ahead and give you a card draw. You could also then copy Raffine's Informant, which is going to give you card draw. This one, when it dies, will give you a treasure token. So I guess that's the deal. You got a little bit of something extra coming from that guy right from these guys right here, if you're making them temporarily and bringing them back, right? So ultimately, I mean, it's just there's nothing in this deck particularly stands out, but altogether, all the cards are good and they tend to cover all the bases. And so when you're playing with them, it provides you with a lot of opportunities and there's a lot of damage to be dealt. There's not a lot of control, though. That's probably the biggest thing I find the most lacking in it. Yeah. Who kills stuff? Wandering Emperor. That's pretty much it. Wandering Emperor. All right, so let's give this thing a rating now. So the question is this thing competitive? Comes from the Premium Mythic list. I thought that, out of the times I played it, I think 5 times and I won 4 times. That's pretty competitive to me. The question is this deck fun? And I'm going to say it's all right. I didn't particularly have super fun with it. It wasn't my, I don't know, cat's pajamas, I guess. It wasn't unfun. It wasn't like I went for a long period of time just sitting on my hands doing nothing. The cards played, but I wasn't particularly like having a lot of fun with interaction or with surprise or tricksy things going on. It was just stuff happening. Lastly, is there a theme? Yeah, Planeswalker. Super Friends is kind of a theme unto itself, but none of the other cards really did anything as far as that was concerned. I mean, you kind of sit me because Goldspan Dragon is almost practically a Planeswalker unto itself. The shield is incredibly good, but I mean, it's like nothing really stands out as part of being a theme here. I just am not feeling it. So I got to tell you what, I'm going to give this deck an A-, just because if you're in a competitive deck, you're going to get an A regardless. But with the lack of theme and with it not being incredibly fun, it's just not rubbing me the right way, right? So yeah, A- deck for this one. If you choose to play with this deck, I hope you have more fun with it than I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, hasta la vista, baby. See ya.